Hey y'all, happy Valentine's Day and happy Friday. My name is Alex with the Creative Llama. If you see that red live box, I think that's right there. That means I'm live, but if you don't see it, that just means you're catching the replay. So if you are catching the replay, make sure you comment #replay so I know that you caught the replay. We are going to do an ink project using our color of the month. So if you didn't know, Chalk comes out with a brand new color of the month every single month. It's an exclusive color to that month. And once it's sold out, it's gone, okay? So this month is an ink color. They also had it in the paste color, which is our very first color of the month. And they brought it back for the year anniversary of color of the month and an ink. So we're gonna do that on a little bag, and we might do another project. I'm not quite sure yet, but before you do anything else, right down here in the pinned comment, there's a broadcast channel, okay? There's a broadcast channel in there for you to join. Make sure you join that so you know when I am live, okay? Typically, I'm not live at this time. I'm usually live in the evenings. But since today's Valentine's Day and things are crazy and I have the house to myself right now, I thought let's go live and do a little project, okay? Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Marcy. So let me get that shared into the broadcast channel. That's why it's so important to be in that broadcast channel, because you will get sent a message when I do go live, in case, you know, plans change, okay? Hello. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Let me pull up comments over here and say hello. Hi, Melinda. Hi, Linda. Hello. Hi, Michelle and Kathy and Marcy and Miss Jennifer and Denise. Hello, everybody. So we are going to create with our color of the month, which is the color Dream Card. It's a bright pink, and this is ink. I have not done an ink project in a hot second, and I got this earlier this week, and I thought, let's do a project with it, okay? So it's going to be a really simple, easy project. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Linda. So if you've never done ink is really fun. Ink is perfect if you want to make shirts, bags, put it on glassware, really anything that can withstand heat. Ink is the whole reason why I got started with chalk in the first place. I know, isn't it cool that they gave us 14 design dollars? So if you don't know what we're talking about, Perks members and designers got 14 design dollars, which basically is product credit added to their accounts today from Chalk as a little gift for Valentine's Day. But that's only for Perks members and designers. So if you're not a Perks member and you love Chalk, sign up because you save 30% off of everything. Okay, enough of me talking. Let's get crafting. So I'm going to use an ink mat. Our ink mats are out of stock right now, but I do have some extras if you need an ink mat. And then I'm going to use a tote. So hi, Darlene. Hi, Annie. Hello, Jennifer. Yes, ma'am. I remember. I got you, girl. I had to think about it for a second. So while I was talking, I was thinking about, how do I know that name? Hi, Dolores. So we're going to use a carry-all tote. These are not available on the website, but I think I have 3 of them. It will, the 14 design dollars will expire on February 19th. So if you don't use them by the end of day on February 19th, they will be taken out of your account, okay? So you do need to use them by the 19th. All right, so I'm going to take my ink mat and I'm going to cut it down. So, well, actually, no, I take that back. I'm not going to cut it down. Okay, so this is our 11 by 23 ink mat. It is like a Cricut mat. It's a sticky surface. You want to save this sheet. Now, if you lose it, it's not a big deal. I have plenty of ink mats that no longer have that and they still are sticky, okay? We're going to throw this in here. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, my heat press is right in front of me, so I'm kind of running out of room around here. But I want to kind of put this in the center to, how much are the bags? I want to say they're 20, Kathy. I think they're 20. I'd have to look it up. I don't remember off the top of my head how much they were. I've had these in some bundles, like on Live Sell Sunday. Okay, now I'm getting a little frustrated. There we go. Anybody else, like when you're doing this and it's not going the way you want to, you're just like get a little frustrated? I'm a mess. I think they're 20, Kathy, but I need to look it up. I I don't think they're any more than 20 though. All right, we're gonna lay this on here. So the point of the ink mat, sorry, I got like all up in my head. The point of the ink mat is that it's sticky, okay? So the reason why you wanna use the ink mat on like bags and t-shirts and your tea towels and stuff like that is to put it inside the shirt or behind the napkin or whatever it may be. So that way your fabric will lay flat, okay? But then also when you go to ink on it, your fabric is not moving around, okay? Because believe it or not, if you don't use an ink mat, it will, for the most part, it will move on you, depending on the fabric and what you're doing. So I highly recommend an ink mat. I do have, both are out of stock on the website, but I have both sizes. I bought so much stuff to ink. Can you use fabric paint on? No, Callie, I would not use fabric ink. I would just use the chalk ink. I've never done the fabric ink. You can try it, but just know that you run the risk of damaging your transfer. So I would recommend the ink. Yes, our keyword is ink, not ink, I'm sorry. Our keyword is dream. So when you comment that word dream, you'll get a message with all the supplies. Now on the chalk link, the only thing that's in there is this guy, because you have to go in and spend a certain amount of money to get this to unlock. Okay, so when you go to the chalk website, you can add as much as you want, but make sure subtotal is $75. And then when you are in the checkout process, there will be a button where you can add this at checkout and you can add it to your order, but it has to be a minimum of $75 in your cart before it even unlocks. And it'll tell you like how much you need to add if you want the color of the month. And it doesn't look like my keyword is working, huh? Oh, there we go. It's working. Hi, Tammy. It's not ink, it's dream. I misspoke. But this is a transfer that says I can do all things. And so actually when you purchase this transfer, you also donate $2, $1 or $2 to Watts of Love. This is their Watts of Love transfer for this round. So I really like this. I want to put it on a shirt. I didn't have a shirt available to do it. So I thought, let's make a bag. Let's make a bag. So I am not going to fuzz my transfer because a lot of times with canvas, our transfers, if you fuzz, they don't like to stick. So I'm not going to fuzz, but I am going to do my best to center this and lay this down and get it nice and flat, okay? Hi, Patricia. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Are y'all doing anything today? Did you do your shopping on the chalk website to use your $14 if you're a Perks member? All right, I'm going to lay this down. I'm going to see if it's straight. That is not straight. So we're going to lift this up and try it again. I would say a shirt is easier than a bag. So if you've never inked before, I would try a shirt or a tea towel first before you do a bag. It's $16 retail, but Dolores, you are a Perks member, so you get 30% off all chalk products. So, hi, Lisa. All right, let me push that down. Let me see if it's straight. That looks pretty good. The only thing is right here, it's going to give me a little bit of trouble. So I'm going to have to hold that down while we chalk. All right, so this is the color Dream Car. It is an ink. Ink goes on fabrics, glass, ceramics. So like canvas, glass, tote bags, t-shirts, napkins, anything that can withstand heat pretty much. So we're going to do that. We're going to make a little bag. And if y'all have questions about ink, please ask them. I know I'm forgetting stuff just because I don't do ink very often, but ink is a lot of fun. All right. So I'm going to hold this down and I am just going to go straight across. Now you could use all different colors. You could use whatever you wanted. I'm kind of wondering, should we do the sun in Bumblebee or should we just do everything in Dream Car? What do y'all think? I brought my own roses to take to my, oh, Dolores. I was thinking about you when we were messaging earlier. I was thinking about you, my friend. Now, the nice thing about ink is it's a little bit different than paste. You don't have to rush, okay? Because your ink is not going to dry in your silk screen. So if you want to be really detailed in your ink projects, you totally can. Your ink, you've got plenty of time to work with the ink. The sun in yellow. Okay. Let me try to remember that. So I don't get it on the sun. Bumblebee. Okay, we'll do Bumblebee. And y'all make sure, while I have y'all here, make sure you're in my VIP group, because tomorrow we are doing a paste and ink sale over in there. It's going to be a picture sale because that's what y'all voted. So make sure you're in there. And at some point tomorrow, I will post those pictures over in there for you. And you can claim your jars and they'll be discounted. I know, I love the font on this, and this is very trending, like that kind of font, like groovy, like 70s font, I guess. Jennifer, you don't have to. I recommend you do, because sometimes with inking it can show lines, but it's not the end of the world if you don't. And y'all, I've probably had this jar of Bumblebee for, I don't know, 4 years. I don't do ink very often, but your ink jars will last. They don't tend to dry out like your paste jars do. So, all right, applying this Bumblebee. I wasn't going to do this, but then I thought, once I saw the bag color and I started chalking, I was like, let's do that. And see, Jennifer, I just went in the opposite direction, or in a different direction. It's fine. It's not going to hurt it. So, okay, tell me, have you shopped, if you're a Perks member, have you used your $20 product credit or the $14 credit yet this month? All right, there's what we have. So I'm going to clean this off, and I'm going to do the bottom part too. Okay, so I'm going to go back in with my dream car. And like I told y'all, for some reason, the transfers don't stick as well to canvas. So when you're working on canvas, take your time and hold it down. Hold your transfer down. And don't apply a ton of pressure. Okay? Because if you go in and apply a ton of pressure, it can cause bleeding when your transfer is not, you can see that it's not sticking super well to the canvas. Yeah, I was afraid to ink at first. I know, Ruth. It's so fun. Marcy used her 20. Callie used both. Yay, Callie. Already used 20 now to get, yeah. I love when Chalk does that. Like when they surprise us with the surprise design dollars. I already spent mine. I went and spent mine. I sure did. I went and bought some club colors that some of y'all are waiting on for me because I ran out again. And then I bought next month's club colors. I sure did. So be on the lookout for that beginning in March. Use your 20. Jennifer, don't be afraid to try ink. I always suggest with ink, trying a small project, like getting a koozie, get a koozie and a mini transfer in your ink and try that way. Or a tea towel, something that's like not super expensive. So if you mess it up, it's not the end of the world, you know. You got to just try it. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to clean off my hands before I touch anything, and I'm going to Perfect Tammy. I really like the ink. I'm going to clean off my hands because if I go in and touch the bag with the ink all over my hands, it's going to transfer the ink, and then it's really difficult to get out, okay? So make sure your hands are all clean. And another tip is close your ink jars. Well, hold on. I'm not taking anything out yet. I didn't know of the 20. Yes, Dolores, you get $20 every month. So as a Perks member, it's $20 a month, right? You spend the $20 and then you get that $20 back. You get that $20 back in product credit every month, but you have to use it within 30 days of it being added to your account. So you can't like save your $20 up for a big purchase. You have to spend it within the 30 days, but then you get 30% off of everything. Yep, the eggs are out of stock and they are not restocking them as far as I know. So if you didn't get the eggs, they're gone. They're gone. All right, so what I did is I lifted up my transfer very carefully, and I can see right here in the sun area, not all of my ink went through the silk screen. So I'm just gonna lay it back down, get some more ink, and apply it until I get it nice and covered. All right, that looks good. Moving it slowly, so like right here on the G, I can see that I didn't get all of it covered. Lay it back down and then go back over it. And right here on the N. Okay, lifting slowly. Now I'm gonna lift from the bottom too. That looks good. Oh, y'all look at that. Oh my goodness, look how cute that is. Okay, this dream car color is gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous, and it's going to be perfect for summer. So if you have not grabbed the dream car, you need to, because it is a bright Barbie pink color. Like, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And so the very first color of the month that they ever came out with was Dream Car in Paste, and now for the year anniversary of Color of the Month, Dream Car is now in an ink. So once Dream Car is sold out, it's gone, okay? So with an order of $75 or more, you can add that to your cart. All right, close that up. Let me show y'all. I'm gonna turn it around. The ink is the ink just in general is $16. But remember, I should have done do all in the yellow too. I think that would have been pretty. But doesn't that look so pretty? I'm trying not to bend it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this off the ink mat. Okay. And I'm going to lay it down flat down here so we can clean our transfer, and we'll turn on our heat press and clean this. And while that's heating up, we'll clean, and then we'll heat set it. I'll show y'all how to clean that, okay? So I'm gonna take some just regular water. I actually think there's distilled water in there, but we're gonna wipe this off. Now, I can take this project and I can go use paste with it. You don't just have to buy transfers just to use ink and then just to use paste. You can use both. Hi, Dawn Ladd. Hi, Donna Glaze. Hello, my beautiful friends. Happy Friday. I hope everybody is doing wonderful, staying warm. It's pretty chilly here in San Antonio. I need it to warm up a bit. So we're going to clean the front and get all of that color out of the silk screen. Turn it over. Why do we use a heat press? Dolores, because that's how it's going to make it permanent. That's going to set the ink to where when you go to wash it, it's not going to wash out, okay? I have done one where I've made a shirt and I didn't heat set it, right? I didn't heat set it. And when I went to go wash it, true story, in fact, some of the ink did wash out. Now, not all of it, but some of it did. So you want to heat set if you're planning on washing it. What is Thomas making for dinner? He is making Marry Me Chicken. Marry Me Chicken. That's what we're having. We decided to stay home and not go out to eat and fight the crowds. And something I can't stand is like a prefix menu at a restaurant. So like, I want to make my choice. If I'm going out to eat and I'm spending the money, I want to choose what I want to eat. I don't want you to tell me what I need to eat. You're having sleet. Oh my goodness. Waiting for a big snowstorm. Monica, that sounds like perfect crafting weather. I'm just going to say that. Dolores, did that make sense as to why you want to heat set? because you want your ink to be set. And so when you go to wash it, it doesn't wash out. Yes. I made that for him like when we first started dating. And now it's nice and clean. And so he decided to make that. Dolores, Thomas is my boyfriend. He's my boyfriend. All right, let's dry. Maybe. Where's my heat tool? Here we go. All right, let's dry. So here's another step that I also recommend when you're inking. Wait a couple hours before you heat set, okay? Because if your ink is tacky, if it's still wet, if you go to press it, either with an easy press, a regular traditional heat press, an iron, your ink is going to be pulled up. So what I honestly recommend with ink is to wait overnight before you heat set it. My husband is cooking stir fry for dinner. Ooh, yum, Robbie. Rum, 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 rum. Yum, yum, yum. We went out. Oh, how nice, Marcy. Nice. Yeah, Thomas and I went and had a quick lunch before he had a meeting. And so it was pretty busy where we went. We went to Olive Garden at 2. Yes, Ruth. Did you get the breadsticks and the salad? I haven't been to Olive Garden in forever. I used to not like Olive Garden, and then I went, in the last few years, and I'm like, why did I not like this place? It's so good. All right, so we're going to get this dry. So like I said, I would recommend, let it dry overnight before you heat set it. But obviously we can't be on live all day. So let's heat set it. And I'm going to show y'all. Hopefully I have a piece of parchment paper in here. Yes, I do. Okay. Oh yeah, it's still wet. We had an early dinner, sushi and pad. Oh, I've never heard of that, Miss Connie. So, question for y'all. I've got a couple questions. Do we want to stop here? Do we want to stop here and just do the inking? Or should we do our sheet shelf sitter that goes with our chick back here? Our cute little cutout of the week. Should we do the sheet too? Or should we do the sheet at a later date? Going out to dinner with the girls, hearing, oh, fun, Dolores. I love that. That sounds like a blast, honestly. All right, so I've got my heat press set at 300. I'm going to put, if I have it, I only have my little one. I don't know where my big one is. A pressing pillow on the inside. You don't have to do that. Paint the sheep, do the sheep. Okay. It's pretty simple because most of it's all white anyways. All right. So, put my pressing pillow down. I'm going to cover with parchment paper, okay? You want to cover with parchment paper. That way, you still ship if someone is local. Yes, Dawn. Or send me a message. Explain what you mean. All right, so you're going to cover with parchment paper because if your ink is still wet and you go to put your heat press on top of it, your ink is going to transfer to your heat press and you don't want that, okay? So you sure can, Michelle. Just send me a message, okay? So I cover with parchment paper. I'm going to, to heat set it at 300 for 30 seconds, okay? Now, with canvas, you want to lower your temperature a little bit because you can burn canvas. I've done it before. So lower your temperature and work in like 15-second intervals, taking it off of the heat. And I'm just making sure it hasn't burned. Oh, Nancy, I'm thinking about you, my friend. Do the sheep. Okay, we'll do the sheep. Today is my grandson's birthday. All her children were born on important days. Her first Thanksgiving, her second was born on oh, that's so cool. That's a neat story, Donna. That's a really neat story. I love that. Okay, we're gonna heat set it again, and I think we're gonna keep it at the 30 seconds. You just wanna keep heat setting until the ink no longer feels tacky. Dolores, I'm not able to add any transfers to your cutout orders because this is a separate website. So you'd have to make a separate order on the Chalk website. I can't add any because I personally don't have an extra of this transfer in my inventory. So you'd have to order through Chalk. I can help you with that if that's what you want. All right, let it cool. Hi, Beverly. I live just outside of San Antonio. If I order wood cutouts, can I pick them up? Dawn, send me a message and we can chat. In the past, I haven't had a problem with that. But send me a message and we can talk. All right, so my pink is nice and heat set, but my yellow, I can tell, is still a little bit tacky. So we're gonna heat set it again. Now, you can do this with an iron as well. You don't have to have a fancy heat press. You don't have to have the Easy Press. You can do a regular iron. It's the same process, okay? So medium-high heat, cover with parchment paper, and then you're just gonna run your iron over it continuously for like 3 to 4 minutes, and it should heat set that way too. So don't think you need to go out and purchase a fancy heat press and all of that to do ink. You can use an iron. You can use an iron to do this as well. Okay, Dolores, send me a message. So in the future, just for everybody, if there's anything that you want, like, to add to an order, or if you want to check on an order or anything like that, send me a message. Y'all can tell me on here. I totally don't mind, but I'm going to forget. So I always recommend to send me a message. That way I know I'll see it. Okay. All right. And it's nice and heat set. And there it is. I think we should have done Do All Things in the yellow. Hi, Diane. But there is Dream Car ink. If you don't have it, go snag it because that is a gorgeous color and it's going to be perfect for the summer. What do y'all think? Do we like it? Should I sell this in my live sale on Sunday? What do y'all think? I think it's really cute. Perfect, Dolores. That is absolutely perfect. All right. Y'all want the sheep, right? So let me throw this down here. Let's put, here's our ink mat. Let's put, I'm going to turn this off. Put this back on top. Now, if you don't have this, that's okay. It's not, your ink mat's not going to be ruined. I love the pink. Yes, sell it. Okay. I will sell it. I need to. And I know it's kind of past some of these holidays, but like I can sell, I think I'm going to sell my truck, my snowflake, my snowman. I've got some winter themed items over here that I think I'm going to sell as finished pieces in my live sale on Sunday, just because they've got to go. Okay. All right. I'm going to move that back and let's do our sheep. This will be pretty quick because most of it is white. So this is in the live sale. So if you have not shopped the live sale, comment the word dream. And in that message that goes to your messenger, there will be a link in there that says shop live sale Sunday. And you can go snag this sheep. It's $7. And then you can also add on a little Easter chick. I just love it. That turned out way better than I expected. All right, move our little pieces off to the side. And let's start painting. All right, so I'm going to take my baby wipe. We're going to wipe everything down. That looks good. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's pretty cute. Miss Karen Davis, I saw that you placed 2 orders this morning. I'm going to try to combine those for you. All right, sheep in. Do we do our sheep in bright white or vanilla? The chick did turn out super cute. So bright white is like a bright white. and then vanilla is more of like a off-white. What do y'all think? But I'm going to try to pull in some of the colors that we used on our chick to kind of tie them together. Because next week, cut of the week, I bet you can guess what it is. I bet you can guess. It's going to go with these two things. Which color? I know I'm going to paint these black, so I'm going to go ahead and do that while we're deciding. Hi, Sue. White, vanilla, vanilla. Hi, Angie. I don't know how long have you been here. I wasn't ignoring you. I don't know if you said anything. Okay, sounds good. What is the word for the sheep? Karen, there's not a separate word for the sheep, but if you comment the word dream, and in the message, there's a link to my live sale. You can claim it over in there, or you can just send me a message if you want the sheep, and I can do it that way. Which color gel stain do you recommend? Ooh, that's hard. That's hard because I love walnut, and then I also love American honey, which is what we used on this guy. So this is American honey. And then this one, it's kind of hard to tell, but this one is walnut. So walnut is darker. Personally, I think I would go with American honey. I just really like how this one turned out. And we did this yesterday. Yes, Nadine. And you'll get an automatic email from my system that will tell you when your stuff gets shipped out. You ordered the spring hutch, correct? Is that what you're waiting on? If so, it is in the lineup to get cut today. It is in the lineup. Okay, I think we're going to go vanilla for the sheep. Yeah, we're going to do vanilla. But yes, you'll get an automatic message with your tracking number and all of that, and you can click on it, and you can see where it's at. That's okay. Yeah, so Nadine, yours should be cut today. I know I have that in my queue to be cut, and it should ship out tomorrow or Monday. So my turnaround time for me is 5 to 7 business days. If y'all didn't know, I do all of my cutting, packaging, shipping, lives. I mean, everything I do is completely 100% on my own. So my turnaround time is sometimes a little bit longer than other people you might see, just because they have a lot of help, and I don't. So yes, Donna, they are. Perfect, Karen. Karen, just send me a message. Just send your girl a message, and I will get it added to one of those invoices. Just don't let me forget. So I'm only cutting, oh my gosh, I'm only painting part of the sheep because you don't need to paint this because we're going to cover it up with this piece. Not yet, Patricia. There are a lot of pieces to yours, so I'm trying my best to make sure I label everything correctly for you so you know what's in what box. And like I told you, some of those club colors aren't going to ship out yet because I ran out. Y'all sold me out of my club colors, so I ordered more today. I promise I'm working as fast as I can. But Patricia, I'm gonna get, my goal is to get part of your order shipped out today. You already have one big box. You're probably gonna have 2 or 3 boxes. Just so you know. Okay, so then we're gonna do the little hair puff. So just bear with me, Patricia, I promise. I thought I was going to be able to get it out sooner, but I don't want to make any mistakes on your order. Just because there are quite a few like small pieces in your order. So. All right, let's dry. Oh, thank you. Y'all are so sweet. So Patricia, your order will probably come in different shipments. As I fill up a box, I'll send it to you. And I'll put it on the invoice what's in that box. Does that make sense? I got to keep it organized for you. So I don't want to miss anything. All right, we're going to do one more coat. Typically, I don't do 2 coats of vanilla because it usually paints pretty well. But I want this to be nice and solid. That vanilla is just so pretty. And vanilla may or may not be one of the club colors next month. Perfect, Patricia. I appreciate you being so patient with me, really. I really do. All right. Last little part on its little hair tuft. And then we gotta do the smaller pieces. Okay. Getting this completely covered and painted. That looks good. Let's dry. All right, y'all, do me a huge favor. Hit the heart button. And if you haven't done so already, share the video. When y'all share, it helps me out so much. That's not an exaggeration. So, hi, Barb. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Let me look. Hold on. Goodness gracious, Great Balls of Fire, Alex Dawson. I knew I was forgetting something. Thank you, Connie, for telling me. Let me look. I'm looking it up right now. Gosh darn it. Okay, let me look. Dream. Ooh, yep. Yep, I see it now. Okay, even if you comment the word dream, it's not going to work. So let me just drop the full message in the comments for y'all, and it'll have all the links for you. Typically, I don't do that, but that way, if you already commented the word dream and you got the wrong message, I apologize. Let me go in. I'm going to just copy all of this. Copy. And I'm going to drop this comment in the chat, and it'll have the link to the live sale, the link to, perfect, Lisa. The link to the live sale, the link to the chalk stuff, the link to all sorts of stuff. Here we go. Let me know if it works. Cute. All right, I just put it in there. Let me know if that works for you. Thank you for sprinkling, Dawn. I really appreciate it. All right, I'm going to go in with my black marker. I'm going to go around the edge. Okay. Thank you for sharing. I so appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out with me. I know I'm on at a random time on Friday, but I figured, let me go on while the house is quiet and Thomas isn't here. And then we can just take our time. Oh, okay. I didn't paint high enough on that one. So let me show y'all. So when you put this down, right? And then I put the little hair tuft up here. You can see that right here on its little forehead, I didn't paint enough. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to paint a little bit more. And then the ears will be covered. So I'm not going to worry about the ears. Those were those pieces that I painted black at the beginning. Ow. And then we'll paint, we'll glue that on there. So that'll be covered. I'm going to do another coat. Y'all are so quiet today. Are y'all at work? All right. Oh my gosh, I'm going to knock something over. I'm going to knock something over. All right, so we're done with the vanilla. Bright white would look good with this. Close to my cross. Yay, thank you, Melinda. Your cross was painted beautifully. I just have to say, it was like gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, so we have the heart and the little nose that's gonna go. And on our chick, we painted our heart in Strawberry Swirl. So I kind of want to keep that same theme. So we're gonna paint with Strawberry Swirl, which is a new chalk color. It's a metallic. Yes, happy Valentine's Day. Yeah, I know people are working. That's kind of also the part of going live during the day is people watch. They just watch while they work, which I do that. I'm guilty of like, you know, watching people on TikTok while I work all day long. Are y'all on TikTok? Are you a TikTok person? Do you like to get on TikTok? I like TikTok. All right, let's dry. We'll do another coat. I know, this color is so pretty. So this is a metallic pink color. We've already used this quite a bit, and I'm a dum-dum. I laid that paintbrush right on top of that bright white. This is why I'm a messy crafter. You don't have TikTok? Don't get it. I don't recommend getting it. It's like strangely addicting. All right, that's painted. That looks good. All right, so we have the bell, the glasses, and the button. So on our chick, we did the blue glasses. Should we continue to do the blue glasses on all of them? Or what color should we do? The button, what did we do? So we did the glasses blue and a blue button. What do y'all think? We're gonna paint the bell, I think, in Disco, which is a retired color of the month, if I can find it. No TikTok, just join Threads. There you go. Black, blue. Maybe we do black. Let me see if I can find shimmer silver. Here we go. Hi, Sandy Smith. So this is the color Disco. This is another color of the month. Blue. So keep it the blue. Okay. So I'm going to paint Disco in, yeah. I'm going to paint the bell in Disco. Oh my gosh. Pink. The glasses in peach. Ooh, we could do like Peachy Keen. Or the shimmer peach. Purple would be cute. Ooh, let's do purple. Let's do purple. Okay, that needs to go back here. Okay. We're gonna do purple for the glasses. I like that idea. All right. Wipe up my hands. And then we're going to do a purple button and purple glasses. Okay. So we're going to use the color Wisteria. This is a pretty light purple. I think I have a couple jars of this. So this will be available in tomorrow's Paste and Ink sale over in my VIP group. So make sure you're in there. Just comment the word dream. And the link will be in there for you to join my group. But the only way you can access the sale is to be in that group. Hi, Maria. Hi, Pamela. Oh my gosh, I love this purple. And I'm not typically a big purple fan, but I really like Wisteria. It's a really pretty color. If you're just popping on, we did an ink project earlier, and then I asked y'all if y'all wanted me to do the sheet from the live sale, and y'all said yes, so that's why we're doing it. Okay? That's okay, Pamela. Okay, question for y'all. So we're going to do a live sale on Sunday, okay? We're going to have some finished pieces. I'm going to hope I have some time to put some bundles together for y'all. But I want to gauge interest in this before I do it, okay? I was thinking, let me dry this. Y'all have been talking about wanting mystery boxes of some sort, right? Doing mystery boxes. I don't think I can do a game right now with mystery boxes, but what if I offered a mystery box that was themed, right? So let's say spring or Easter. Most likely it'll be an Easter themed box, and it'll be, this is just an example, so don't hold me to the price. I'm just putting an example out there, right? So it's an Easter themed box. You get anywhere from 5 to 8 cutouts, and it is $40 shipped, right? Or $35 shipped. So it's a mystery. It wouldn't be any of the other items I've already showed in a live sale. It wouldn't be any other items that are on my website. It would be brand new cutouts that you could get that are mystery themed, and everybody would get the same box. So you would only need to buy one, but you're guaranteed to get, 5 to 8 items, and the price is definitely discounted, would definitely be discounted. So you would save if you bought the mystery box. What do y'all think? I just want to gauge interest. I don't know how it would be. I don't know what y'all think, if y'all like mysteries. But like I said, it'd be brand new cutouts. It wouldn't be anything that I already had or that I've already shown. It would be new stuff. So you wouldn't get a repeat of anything. Robbie says, sounds good. I know Robbie was one of the ones who liked the mystery box idea. Or she was asking for mystery boxes. So I just want to see what everybody else thinks too. And you're not going to hurt my feelings if you say, not for me. I'd rather you tell me and be honest, instead of me like being so excited about it and then like no one wants a mystery box. Everybody wants other stuff. You know what I mean? So Beverly says yes. I think it sounds good. Okay. And be like, if you would be interested in purchasing a mystery box. So don't, if it's something you would purchase, then let me know. But if it's not for you, that's cool. Not going to hurt my feelings. Love mystery boxes. Okay. And maybe it's something, I know some people have been encouraging me to do like a monthly craft box or something like that. I think for right now, for me, I think maybe doing the mystery boxes every so often is going to be more manageable. We're going to see. Okay. So then that might be coming this week. Okay. It's a nice idea. Thank you, Dolores. So I'm going to go in with my black soot, and we are going to distress our You'd Buy a Mystery Box. Okay. Yeah, I figured a lot of people would be interested in it. And plus, with me going out of town the following week, it would make cutting for me a lot simpler. Now, we'd still have items that you could purchase without getting a mystery box. So don't think that I'm only doing the mystery box. But it'd be really easy for me to cut and get it that way. And the price would include shipping. So then that way, if you claim other items, those would ship separately. That'd be the easiest way I would know how to do it. All right. Little bit there. Perfect. 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 Whoop. Stick Fast glue. Okay, so I'm going to use my Stick Fast. We're going to glue the sheep's head down first. I'm going to turn on my hot glue gun. We're going to lay. You would buy one. Okay, cool. That's kind of what I'm thinking, Patricia. Maybe it's just more like holiday themed mystery boxes rather than like an everyday, like, or an every month kind of box. Just with me, and something I was talking about with Thomas today, just with me doing everything on my own, I'm getting to the point where, okay, Dolores, I'm getting to the point where something's got to give, and I think I'm going to have to start accepting help. Because I'm a little bit of a control freak. I want to know how your stuff looks when it's going out, because then I can blame myself if a mistake is made. But then I'm not ever going to grow if I keep doing the same old thing. You know what I mean? So maybe that's a compromise we make for right now. All right, lay this down. Okay, there's our little sheepy. We're going to bring in the little ears. We're going to distress these in white. And y'all, I'm having a lot of fun distressing stuff now. It's kind of like a necessary step for me. It just adds so much to it. I'm the same way, yeah. It's okay. We'll get there, Miss Lisa. All right. Shannon, girlfriend, I emailed you back, just so you know. I finally got to my emails today. Well, my hair was air drying this morning. I know, isn't it so cute? All right, lay that down. Put this here. Let's dry these. Because I'm going to go in and I'm going to touch it and I'm going to smudge that white ink that we just put down. Oh my gosh, y'all, this thing is so cute. Or seasonal mystery. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Ruth, is just, it wouldn't be an every month thing. You know, like the price would vary. Maybe I do like a mini mystery box 1 week, or 1 month. It kind of just depends on what's going on. But I think like I want to try it. So we're going to try it this week. We're going to do a little mini mystery box. And see how it goes. Yay, you just did your bunnies? I saw, Shannon. I saw. All right. Ooh, look at how cute that is. We're going to go in. We're going to take a black marker. A black marker. And do the eyes. Okay. So, on the sheep's face, you can barely see it. The face is scored, and I'm just going to take a marker and I'm just going to color in. You can use whatever color you want. I'm going to do black. But if I were to go in and paint these, they would look like a mess. I'm just being honest. They would look a mess. All right, let's dry. We're almost done, my friends. Okay, we're going to take our little pieces and our black marker, clean up the edges really quickly, because I don't want that on the side. And I always get a little shaky when I do this, because I don't want to mess it up. Yeah. Now, I will not be live tomorrow, okay? But I'll be back on Sunday for our Live Sell Sunday. So make sure y'all are in the broadcast channel. If you comment the word dream, you'll get the link. Or if you comment or write down in the pinned comment, there is the link in there for you to join. That's when you'll know when I'm live. I'll send a message over in there with a link to the live. All right, here we go. I'm going to add some cheeks. So for my cheeks, I like to use cosmetic blush. Go to the good old Dollar Tree, find a color you like, and use that. You can do the same thing with paint or Distress Oxide. Personally, I like the look of blush because it's easier to me to build up, and it's more forgiving than the Distress Oxide when doing this part. It's definitely easier than paint. Okay. And we're going to glue the glasses. Line that up. That looks good. As always, I put way too much glue on. So I'm just going to wipe up some of that glue. Oh my gosh, the purple glasses. I think it was Miss Lisa who said to do purple. Great choice. What would the mystery boxes be? So like Lorna, I was talking about like if I did one this weekend, it'd be probably a spring or Easter themed box. And it wouldn't be any stuff that I've already shown or anything on my website. It would be brand new stuff. So here's another question. What themed box would you like? Would you want spring or Easter stuff? Since I have you here, let's go ahead and ask. Okay, so now we got to put the little bell and the button on. I don't have any other cute ribbon other than orange. We could do orange. There you go, Lisa. See, I knew it was you. I had it right. Should we do, what color raffia? So this is our chick. Spring, spring. This was our chick. What color raffia should we do? Maybe we just do a spring box and then we see how it does. And if Easter is popular, then I don't know. I can't decide what I'm going to do. What color raffia should we do for the bow? Pink, green. I was kind of thinking green or yellow. We could do yellow. What color raffia for the bow? Help me. This is orange, green, obviously not white, gray, yellow, pink, black, or blue. Spring. I don't have purple raffia. This is like a pinkish purple, I guess, or purple pink. What do y'all think? The light blue. We did the light blue on this one, Elizabeth. Pink, yellow. I'm kind of thinking the yellow. Gray. Gray would, ooh. Well, gray would look cute, but I have that bell. Green. The button is purple, yes. So we're going to put a purple button on top. Like that. I don't like the yellow. I don't like the pink. I think we're going to do green. I'm going to let y'all choose. Green or yellow. So here's the yellow with the lamb. I think had I painted the lamb in like bright white, the yellow would look good. Or here's the green. Or, you know, we could do both, like Miss Lorna just suggested. This is where the great debate comes. Everybody's got their own opinion. I love it. Yellow, green, pink. I feel like the pink is too different from the pink on the heart, in my opinion. Green, green, green. Okay. All right. We're almost done, y'all. So we will do a giveaway at the end. So be sure to hit the heart button. Okay. Share the video. Make sure you're following me. I've been noticing a lot of people who have won who don't follow me. So I might have to make it a rule now. In order to win, you've got to be following the page. That's just, I might just make that a little rule now. So, like for the end of live giveaways, sometimes I'll give away like stuff in the middle of the live. I wouldn't do that, but I don't know. Okay. So let's do this. Sorry, y'all. Let's throw this on here. Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, I think the yellow's too light. If it was like a bright yellow, I would be down. For sure. Okay, that's way too big. Tell me what y'all think. I think I made it too big. Yeah. Too big. Thank y'all so much for sharing. Thank you, Mimi's Creations by Chris. I appreciate y'all being here. I wasn't sure if we were going to do this part or not. I had a feeling y'all were going to want to. So, put this here. I'm getting there. I'm doing smaller. All right, and squeeze in the middle. It's still too big. All right. I'm in Texas, y'all, and always love to do big bows. There we go. That's a cute bow. All right. I'm going to cut this. And what I'm going to do is cut another piece of raffia, tie it down, instead of doing the little mini elastic hair tie that, you know, I melted with the hot glue. All right, I'm gonna fluff this, cut these off. Yes, all right, we're gonna glue this down. It's not ribbon, it's raffia. It is raffia. It's not, Chris. Well, the chick is. The chick is. Chris, if you send me a message, I can send you an invoice. The lamb is not added to the site yet. But you can just send me a message. And I will... I can send you an invoice. Yeah. All right, I'm going to take a little straight pen, clean out the paint. Looks so much better. All right, glue a little bit of, put a little bit of hot glue, maybe 3 fingers. I use 4, but my hands are a little bit smaller. Or Chris, what you can do is, let me grab the link for you. Here's what you can do. The sheep is gonna be on my live sale. I do a live sale every Sunday. The sheep is going to be on my live sale. So you can go over to this link that I'm about to drop in the comments. It's going to take you to another live, the one from Sunday. And this one is the first item in that live. If you just comment the number 1 and then also comment the word chick, then I'll know that you want the lamb and the chick. And then just be sure to send me a message with your email address. I'm going to, Michelle. So what I thought I'm going to do is, typically I don't post my cutout of the week, but once I get the 3rd one, which is next week's, then I will post all 3 of them as a set. So you can get them individually now, or you can post them as or you can get them as a set later on. Okay. All right. So then we're going to glue our kickstand down. So this is how it's going to stand. And I always mess this up. I always have to glue mine in. There's a way to glue it to where you don't have to and it'll lay flat. And I know you need to glue it up, but I didn't do that. But I just glue this in because if I don't, I will also just lose the piece. All right, wipe this up, wipe this up. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do my embellishments. Hold on. I should have done that before I glued. That's okay. So I'm going to take a white paint pen. And do the same thing. Not that you're really going to see it. All right, and then I'm going to add a line here, and then little dots for the cheeks. There we go. Done. Yay, okay, perfect, Michelle. I couldn't remember off the top of my head. Let me dry it, and then we're done, okay? I'm still working on my details. So like all my little swooshes with the white lines and all that. I'm not the best at it, but I'm learning. There she is. He is. So that is the sheep that is in the live sale. Here's the chick that is the cutout of the week. We're going to have a third one. I bet you can guess what it is on Monday for the live sales. Not the live sale, I'm sorry, for cutout of the week. So you can grab these. But look how adorable they are. I love these. Look at them. Thank you, Donna. Thank you so much. I hope y'all have a great evening. And y'all just stay warm and craft if you're staying at home. Let me drop the link to that live sale in the comments one more time so you can go snag the sheep and the chick over on that live sale. Today is the last day to claim items from that live sale. I will no longer take orders from that live sale unless you message me. But Lorna, send me a message. You're right, Chris. It's going to be a bunny. It is. But Lorna, send me a message and I can get it to you, girl. Did I put it? Yeah, I put it in the comments again. But here they are. So we got the chick. We got the lamb. Which one is your favorite? I think I love them both. They're so cute. I wish I had like thinner ribbon to do like the raffia and a bow on the sheep, but I don't. No, it's going to be a rabbit. It's going to be a bunny. Next week's cutout of the week is going to be a bunny, and it's going to go with these two. A little set, if you will. All right, let's pick a winner. So y'all hit the heart button for me. Comment the word dream if you haven't done so. Go shop the live sale. Tonight's the last night. Share the video, and let's pick a winner. So I like doing 10. Let's do number 10. The 10th person to comment the word, let's see. The 10th person to comment the word glass, Glass, will be tonight's winner. Glass. I love them both. They're so both adorable. Comment that word glass. Yes, you can also comment the word chick and you'll get the link as well. Okay, Chris was number 1. You can only enter once though. So Chris was number 1. Shannon was 2. Catherine commented chick. Lisa was number 3. Catherine was number 4. Michelle was number 5. Chris was number 6. Melinda was number 7. Nancy was number 8. Patricia was number 9. And Tammy Cabral, you were number 10. So Miss Tammy, please send me a message and I will send your invoice, the form that you have to fill out in order to get your giveaway. Y'all, if you have won, you have to fill out the form in order to get your giveaway. That is the only way I can keep track if I've sent it out or not. And believe it or not, I've had someone take advantage and say, you never sent it to me. And I ended up sending another one to her. So please only comment, like, please, if you've won, message me, say, hey, I won, so I can send you the form. And if I didn't send it to you, send it again, okay? Because sometimes messages get lost. So if you've messaged me and then you've gone on to one of my lives or my videos and commented a word, the message gets bumped. So in the preview that I see, it looks like you just wanted info on a video, right? But maybe you sent me another message before that talking about an order. I'm not going to see it. So you can either message me again through Facebook or an email. Email is probably going to be the easiest way to get a hold of me because sometimes my Facebook messages, y'all, I get tons of them a day. So if you do have questions about an order or you need something from me and I'm not responding to you, send me an email. My email is linked on my Facebook page, okay? But there it is. All right, y'all, have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your Valentine's Day. Stay warm. Do some crafting this weekend. And I will see y'all for sure on Sunday for another Live Sale Sunday, okay? Bye, y'all.